Hey everybody, and welcome back. And if you're here for the first time, you're very welcome, truly. Wherever you are right now, walking, driving, making tea, folding the laundry, just take one gentle breath with me. In and out. It feels good to be here, sitting at the mic again. There's a warmth to the space, almost like catching up with an old friend after some time apart. Familiar, easy, human. We're starting season 2 of the podcast, and there's something very grounded about that. Not a new year, new me thing, just like a soft unfolding. It's January as I'm recording this, which has its own interesting flavour. Some people blast into January with colour-coded planners and the fresh gym memberships, while others tiptoe in slowly, still half wrapped in the quiet of winter and the heaviness of December. This year I find myself somewhere in the middle. I feel upbeat but not rushed, clear but not pressured, optimistic but not in the frantic, performative way we sometimes feel pushed into January. It feels more like standing at the window on a cold morning, watching a little strip of sunlight land on the table. Subtle but noticeable, enough to make you pause. And I think that's a lovely way to start the new year, with presence rather than pressure, with curiosity rather than critique. Wherever you are in your January energy, sprinting, crawling, resting, reorganizing, there's space for you here. Before we go forward, I want to take a moment to look back, because season 1 taught me things I didn't expect. I learned that people didn't need perfection. They need presence. I learned that honesty resonates far more deeply than expertise ever could. And I learned that real conversations don't have to be polished. They just have to be true. And one of the strangest gifts of podcasting is that it's incredibly intimate. You're not on a stage. You're in someone's headphones while they're on a bus. You're in their kitchen while they cook. Or you're walking beside them on a forest path, or while walking the dog. It's an honour to be in those little ordinary moments of someone's day. I received messages after season 1 from people saying things like, I felt seen, or that conversation landed exactly where I needed it. And it reminded me why I started this in the first place. Season 1 also helped me find my own voice, not the polished, media-ready voice, but the real one. The voice that pauses to think, the voice that laughs unexpectedly, the voice that tells the truth even when it cracks a little. That's the voice I'm bringing with me into season 2. So now, here we are, season 2, a fresh year and a shift in energy. I've been craving more soulfulness lately, depth without the heaviness, honesty without oversharing, and softness without fragility, and also a little structure. Because soulful doesn't mean chaotic, it can actually be beautifully grounded. So I'm moving into this season with a gentle rhythm, one that feels sustainable for me and nourishing for you. Here's how it will look. This season has a 2-day rhythm. On Wednesdays, as usual, we'll have our conversation and story. Sundays, yes, Sundays, we have an additional episode on reset rituals and live practices. This will create a beautiful balance between reflection and embodiment, between mind and nervous system, between story and practice. Let's explore each one. Wednesdays are our usual conversation days, a blend of guest episodes and solo reflections. These episodes will explore themes like identity, values, transitions, creativity, nervous system regulation, emotional resilience, the inner self, the messiness of being human, the beauty of becoming. And some Wednesdays, well, it will just be me speaking from lived experience, sharing while I'm learning, unlearning, noticing, or navigating. And other Wednesdays, I will be joined by guests, and I'm delighted to say we already have some amazing guests lined up this season. These are people who carry wisdom in their bones, practitioners, storytellers, well-being professionals, neuroscientists, movement people, creatives, and individuals with lived experience who have walked really meaningful paths. They're not coming on to perform or to sell anything per se. They're coming to share, reflect, and connect with you with compassion, honesty, and humanity. Our conversations won't be rigid interviews. They'll be slow, spacious, curious, the kind of conversations that stay with you. And if you're listening right now thinking, I've been through something and I think it could help others, or I have a story that matters, or I'd love to speak about what I've learned along the way, please hear this. You are welcome here. If you have a story to share on a Wednesday, reach out. My door is open. Now let's move into Sundays. And I'm so genuinely excited about this part of the season. Sundays are for our new reset rituals. They're grounding, gentle, embodied practices to help you begin the week with intention rather than pressure. These might be slightly shorter episodes, but they're not lectures, not productivity hacks, not new week, new you nonsense, but soul level rituals that restore connection with the self. Some Sundays it will be just the two of us, me and you, exploring practices like balanced breathing, mindful check-ins, somatic grounding, journaling prompts, guided visualizations, nervous system support, quiet reflections. And on other Sundays, well, I'll have wellness practitioners joining us to offer live demonstrations of their practice and their work. You'll hear from people working in mindfulness, Reiki, neuroscience, meditation, breathwork, yoga or tai chi, somatic coaching, sound therapy, nervous system regulation, not to talk about wellness in depth, but to demonstrate wellness in real time through lived practice. So you can experience it in your body as you listen on audio, but you can also watch it visually on our YouTube channel, and you can practice the demonstration as you watch. Or you can play it back and do it in your own time. These episodes will land every second Sunday alongside our Wednesday episodes, giving you 4 episodes per month. 2 Wednesdays for conversation and story, and 2 Sundays for practice and embodiment. This rhythm creates space, a space to integrate, a space to breathe, and a space to feel. And again, if you are a practitioner who feels called to share a small practice or demonstration on a Sunday, reach out. I love to hear from you. So here's my invitation from my heart. If you have a meaningful story for a Wednesday or a wellness practice for a Sunday, you are welcome to reach out. You don't need a huge platform or a load of technology. You don't need to be an expert, but if you are, you're very welcome. You don't need to have everything figured out because we're all human. You just need depth, integrity, and a desire to contribute to the well-being of others. Send a message, introduce yourself, tell me what you feel called to share. We grow through community, we heal through shared stories and shared tools. We rise in connection, not isolation. And you can contact me by email on empoweredselfpodcast@gmail.com, or you can send me a direct message on LinkedIn or on Instagram as well. But before we close today, I want to drop us into a tiny reflection. If it feels comfortable, place your hand somewhere on your body. It could be your heart, your belly, your collarbone, and take one small breath in and out. And just ask yourself quietly, what do I need more of this year? Not what you want to achieve, what's on your goals list or your to-do list, not what the world expects from you, but what does your spirit need? What would make your inner world feel nourished? Maybe it's rest, maybe it's softness, maybe it's clarities or boundaries or community or time in nature. There is no wrong answer. Just let the question linger. If today resonated, if you felt soothed, seen, curious, inspired, and if you'd like to walk with us through this season, the simplest way to support the podcast is to subscribe or follow wherever you're listening. Share an episode with someone who would genuinely enjoy it. And if you feel moved to, leave a kind review. This isn't about numbers or growth for the sake of growth. It's about widening the circle so many people feel less alone and more grounded and connected. Thank you for being here at the start of season 2. Thank you for your time, your presence, your breath. I'll see you on Wednesday, 2 weeks, for our first conversation of the season, and on a Sunday for our very first ritual. Go gently, take care of yourself, and may you meet yourself kindly. Until next time, mind yourself.